Hello, and welcome back to College Algebra. I'm Mr. Pickett. I had a student email me about a specific homework problem, and so I figured I'd make a video and show you guys how it's done. The homework problem is, find the equation of the line that is the perpendicular bisector of the segment connecting the points 6, 5, and -3, -7. The first thing we want to do is envision this problem. So we've got some segment hanging out on the graph, right? And we want the perpendicular bisector to this segment. Well, a bisector is something that splits this in two, all right? Notice that I can bisect this segment in an infinite number of ways with a line. However, what I'm looking for particularly is a perpendicular bisector. That means that these two things are going to line up and give a nice 90-degree angle between them. Let's get started and I'll show you how it's done.
Okay, here's the situation that we're looking at. We've got 2 points, 6, 5, and -3, -7, and a segment between those 2 points. We want to find the perpendicular bisector to this segment. There are several steps to this problem, so we'll break it down. The first thing we know is that we're looking for a line that is perpendicular to this segment. Because it's perpendicular to this segment, we can find the slope of the perpendicular line if we know the slope of the segment. So the first thing we need to find out is the slope of the segment. Recall that slope is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the slope of our segment is 5 minus -7 over 6 minus -3. This is equal to 12 over 9, which of course is 4/3. If we have that the slope of a line is 4/3, then the slope of any line perpendicular to that is going to be the negative reciprocal of 4/3, -3/4. To be able to write the equation of a line in the form y equals mx plus b, we need two things. We need the slope, and we also need some point that that line passes through. Well, we already have the slope. We need to find some point that this line passes through. Fortunately for us, we know that this passes through the midpoint of this segment. We already know the formula for midpoint. The midpoint of a segment is given by x2 plus x1 over 2 and y2 plus y1 over 2. This is just the average of the x values and the average of the y values. If we substitute in our numbers, we're going to get 6 minus 3 over 2 and 5 minus 7 over 2. A little bit of arithmetic lets us know that the midpoint of this is 3/2 and -1. So now we know that the slope of the perpendicular line is equal to -3/4 and that it passes through the point 3/2 and -1. Let's use the formula y equals mx plus b to write the equation of the line. So here y equals -3/4 x plus b. As I said in an earlier video, we know that This equation is valid for any point that lay along the line, so it's valid for 3/2 -1. Let's substitute those in. We've got -1 equals -3/4 times 3/2 plus b. So -1 equals -9/8 plus b. If I want to put -1 in terms of eighths, well, that's just going to be -8/8 equals -9/8 plus b. I want to move the -9/8 over, so I'll add 9/8 on both sides. 9/8 minus 8/8 is simply just 1/8. That equals my b. Now I can put everything together and say that y equals -3/4 x plus 1/8, or more formally, f of x equals -3/4 x plus 1/8.
I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to see any other questions answered or a specific topic covered, just email me or call or text my Google Voice number. Hope you're all having a great day, and we'll see you next time.